In the cramped Reich Chancellery bunker, the air hangs heavy with dust and the distant, rhythmic rumble of artillery. Adolf Hitler, gaunt and trembling, paces restlessly, his disheveled uniform a stark contrast to his former immaculate appearance. Eva Braun, ever elegant despite the grim surroundings, watches Hitler, her expression a complex blend of fear and unwavering devotion. A lone candle flickers, its flame casting long, dancing shadows that stretch and shrink across the stark concrete walls. The flickering light distorts their faces, revealing the raw despair and grim resolve etched upon them. In a bunker conference room, the air is thick with stale cigar smoke and desperation. Hitler, disheveled, pounds a trembling fist on a map of Berlin, his voice raw, eyes wild with delusion. His gaunt, pale loyalists exchange nervous glances, knowing the city is lost. The rhythmic thud of distant explosions vibrates through the concrete, a grim punctuation to Hitler's frantic monologue. His delusion clashes violently with the crumbling reality outside, a desperate dance of denial. In the bunker's medical bay, fluorescent lights flicker erratically, casting harsh shadows across the grim scene. A medic, face etched with grim determination, meticulously tends to a wounded soldier, the air thick with tension. Eva Braun stands quietly observing, her face a canvas of quiet despair, a silent witness to the suffering. Her gaze drifts, seeking escape from the unseen fury that emanates from Hitler, a palpable, suffocating presence. The sterile medical bay feels suffocating, a stark stage for the unfolding drama of despair and grim duty. In the bunker's chilling quiet, a macabre wedding unfolds, the air thick with unspoken dread. Hitler, gaunt and grim, stands opposite Eva Braun, her eyes reflecting a haunting mix of fear and resignation. Their vows, whispered in low, desperate tones, echo through the chamber, a testament to their grim fate. Goebbels and a few grim-faced witnesses watch, their strained expressions mirroring the immense gravity of the moment. In the confined bunker dining area, a meager wedding feast takes place, the air heavy with an unspoken dread. The hollow clinking of glasses echoes, a mournful sound in the oppressive stillness. Hitler attempts a fleeting moment of normalcy, a strained facade against the encroaching darkness. His eyes, however, betray the crushing weight of defeat, a chilling window into his despair. Eva Braun offers a fragile smile, her hand clutching his, a desperate grasp for solace in the face of ruin. In the cold, damp bunker corridor, the air hangs heavy with impending doom. Hitler and Eva Braun walk side by side, their footsteps echoing ominously in the oppressive silence. Their voices are hushed, barely audible, yet a palpable tension shrouds their final moments. This somber walk marks their descent into the inevitable, a final journey together. The corridor stretches before them, a chilling pathway to their ultimate fate. Hitler sits rigidly at his ornate desk, a pistol clutched firmly in his hand, his gaze fixed with sorrowful resolve. Beside him, Eva Braun delicately holds a small, glass cyanide capsule between her fingers. Their unblinking gazes betray a shared, profound despair in the suffocating silence of the room. The air is thick, pressing down with a silence so intense it feels deafening. Hitler's grip tightens on the pistol, a final, grim decision etched on his face. Eva's fingers tremble slightly, the capsule a fragile harbinger of their shared, tragic fate. The screen remains cloaked in absolute darkness, a void of silent anticipation. Suddenly, a muffled gunshot rips through the stillness, a jarring thunderclap in the oppressive blackness. The sound reverberates, a chilling tremor that seems to shake the very fabric of the dark space. A beat of terrifying silence follows, the echo of violence lingering in the air. The profound darkness holds, clinging to the scene for another agonizing moment. Then, with glacial slowness, the impenetrable blackness begins to yield, fading into an unseen reality. In the bunker corridor, aides rush with faces etched in dread. The acrid scent of gunpowder and bitter almonds chokes the air, a chilling testament to a final act. Their hurried movements create a blur of fear and urgency. A profound, deafening silence descends, amplifying the grim reality within the bunker. The air itself seems to thicken with unspoken horrors and despair. Each face reflects the stark, unbearable truth of what has just transpired. A German military convoy snakes along a scenic road near Lake Como, leaving a trail of dust in its wake. Inside a truck, Benito Mussolini, cloaked in a German military coat, huddles, a furtive shadow of his former self. Clara Petacci, his mistress, sits close, her face pale with fear, her eyes darting nervously. The once imposing figure of Mussolini is now reduced to a desperate, disguised man, clinging to the hope of escape. The convoy grinds to a sudden halt, surrounded by grim-faced communist partisans, their weapons glinting ominously. Walter Odisio, their leader, moves with an unsettling authority, his gaze sharp and unwavering across the halted vehicles. The air crackles with unspoken tension as the partisans methodically begin their search. Their sharp eyes scan each truck, every movement precise, a silent threat hanging heavy in the air. Inside a cramped, dark German truck, a heavily disguised figure is roughly handled, the tension palpable. The disguise is violently ripped away, revealing Mussolini's face contorted in sheer terror. Grim-faced, triumphant partisans emerge from the shadows, their eyes burning with resolve. They seize Mussolini, dragging him from the truck, his fear a stark contrast to their victory. Clara Petacci is pulled alongside him, her face mirroring Mussolini's abject terror. The partisans' shouts of triumph echo, sealing the dramatic end of an era. The inky blackness of night swallows a makeshift cell, a crude cage within the partisan hideout. The relentless chirping of crickets weaves a symphony of profound isolation, emphasizing the grim silence. Distant, hushed voices drift on the breeze, adding to the unsettling atmosphere of the hidden camp. Inside the cell, Mussolini sits, his once imposing figure now deflated, his bravado replaced by desperate silence. Clara Petacci is beside him, her face etched with a haunting mix of fear and resignation. Grim-faced partisans stand guard, their watchful eyes casting long, unsettling shadows over the captives. The cold morning light stretches long, ominous shadows across the villa gate, hinting at the grim events to unfold. Mussolini and Clara Petacci are led forward, their figures etched against the stark, unforgiving dawn. A formidable line of partisans stands ready, their faces grim and resolute, their eyes fixed on the approaching figures. Odisio, at the forefront, delivers a silent, almost imperceptible nod, a chilling signal in the heavy air. The air crackles with an unbearable tension, a silent prelude to the inevitable as fate converges at the gate. The ornate villa gate stands silently, a picture of tranquil grandeur under the bright day. Suddenly, a deafening burst of submachine gunfire shatters the peaceful air. Bullet casings rain down, glinting in the sunlight, as the cacophony echoes through the villa grounds. The air vibrates with the raw, violent sound, a stark contrast to the earlier serenity. The elegant gate, once a symbol of peace, now seems to brace for an unseen assault. The tranquil scene is violently interrupted, leaving an unsettling silence in its wake. The pre-dawn light struggles to pierce the gloom, casting long shadows across the deserted cobblestone streets of Milan. A nondescript van rumbles through the silence, its engine a lone, ominous sound echoing in the stillness. Inside, a gruesome cargo lies hidden from the world, the lifeless forms of Mussolini, Petacci, and fascist officials. The city sleeps in ignorant peace, oblivious to the grim procession of death passing through its heart. A van screeches to a violent halt in Piazzale Loreto, its tires burning rubber on the historic cobblestones. The back doors of the van burst open, revealing a horrifying, unspeakable cargo within the dim interior. Bodies are brutally thrown from the van, landing with sickening thuds on the cold, unforgiving ground. Each impact echoes with a chilling finality, a grotesque rhythm of death in the somber square. The scene is stark, brutal, a tableau of unspeakable horror unfolding under the open sky. A horrifying familiarity descends upon the square, as if its dark past has awakened to claim the present. A seething crowd swells in Piazzale Loreto, their initial shock transforming into a palpable, furious rage. Individuals in the crowd descend into a frenzy, kicking and spitting at the lifeless bodies with unrestrained fury. A woman, her face a mask of profound grief and vengeful fury, raises a pistol, her hand trembling with resolve. 5 shots pierce the silence, her screams of, "For my dead sons!" echoing through the square, a cry of raw vengeance. Under the unforgiving midday sun, Piazzale Loreto is the stage for raw, brutal justice. From steel girders, the grotesque figures of Mussolini, Petacci, and others hang, swaying slightly. A vast, seething crowd below roars with a chilling mix of euphoria and hatred, a terrifying spectacle. Faces contort in shouts, some laughing, others weeping with a relief that borders on madness. The air vibrates with visceral emotion, a mob's justice meted out in full public view. This is a horrifying, yet compelling display of collective rage and release. Inside Stalin's dacha, The grand dining room glows dimly, a heavy, oppressive atmosphere hanging in the air. Joseph Stalin, both jovial and menacing, presides over a lavish late-night dinner, a mountain of food and vodka before him. His inner circle, faces etched with fear and forced amusement, offer hollow laughter and strained smiles. Every man hangs on Stalin's every word, their palpable terror barely hidden beneath a thin veneer of revelry. The grand hall, once alive with hushed conversations, now falls into an eerie silence. Stalin, a formidable figure of immense power, dismisses his guests with a silent gesture. The men, their faces etched with fear and relief, quickly depart, their footsteps echoing through the cavernous space. Stalin turns, his presence still dominating the now empty hall, a chilling aura around him. He makes his way to his private quarters, leaving behind an unsettling, profound emptiness. In the dacha corridor, the air hangs heavy with unspoken tension, thick and suffocating as the morning light barely penetrates. Guards and staff stand rigidly, their eyes darting towards a closed door, a silent vigil of mounting dread. Hours drag by, each tick of a distant clock amplifying their unease. A chilling silence punctuated by terror. Their faces are etched with palpable fear, paralyzed by the terror he has so effectively instilled, awaiting an absent summons. A brave guard, apprehension etched on his face, cautiously pushes open the heavy door to Stalin's private quarters. His eyes, wide with dread, scan the opulent room, a silent gasp catching in his throat. Stalin lies sprawled on the polished wooden floor, one side of his body twisted unnaturally, lifeless. He is partially submerged in a dark, spreading puddle of urine, a grotesque tableau against luxury. His face is a mask of excruciating pain, contorted and pale, a chilling sight. The only sound in the vast room is the ragged, labored rasp of his breathing, a harrowing symphony of suffering. In the stark, poorly lit medical room, a sense of dread hangs heavy in the air, a palpable tension gripping the scene. Desperation etches the faces of the doctors as they frantically attend to Stalin, who lies motionless on a cot. The rudimentary medical equipment stands in stark contrast to the gravity of the situation, highlighting a grim reality. The delay in discovering him has sealed his fate, a silent pronouncement echoing in the sterile room. Worried glances are exchanged among the doctors, their eyes conveying a grim, unspoken prognosis. The air crackles with an unbearable tension as life slips away, marked by the doctor's collective despair. In the dacha's medical room, the air hangs heavy with antiseptic, a scent of impending doom. Stalin lies in bed, his breathing shallow, each gasp a desperate struggle for life. His face, ghostly pale, is stripped of its usual sternness, revealing only vulnerability. The doctors watch, their faces etched with despair, helpless against the inevitable. The clock's loud ticking amplifies the tension as 9:50 p.m. approaches. Stalin takes his last rattling breath, and a profound, chilling silence descends, marking an era's end. The Dominican night, a velvet black, cloaks the road in humid silence. Rafael Trujillo, impeccably dressed, navigates his car with unwavering focus. His gaze is steady, reflecting absolute self-assurance in the oppressive darkness. The engine's hum, a deceptive serenity, precedes the looming storm. Hidden deep within the shadows, a group of conspirators lurk, their faces grim and etched with determination. The air crackles with electric anticipation, each breath held, every muscle tense for the impending moment. The silence of the night is suddenly pierced by a growing, distinct rumble. A vehicle approaches, its presence growing louder, cutting through the oppressive quiet. The conspirators exchange tense glances, their eyes burning with a shared, unspoken resolve. Trujillo's sleek black sedan, a symbol of power, cruises unsuspecting down the road, bathed in the harsh daylight. Suddenly, two dark SUVs violently cut off the sedan, trapping it in a deadly embrace. Tires screeching a desperate cry. Gunfire erupts, a deafening symphony of destruction, shattering windows and riddling the metal with ruthless precision. Inside, Trujillo, caught completely off guard, struggles against unseen attackers, a desperate fight for life unfolding. The car swerves violently, a desperate dance with death, as the brutal struggle reaches its chilling climax. The struggle ends abruptly, leaving Trujillo's still form lying tragically by the roadside, a stark testament to the ambush. Nicolae Ceausescu and Elena Ceausescu stand on a grand balcony, high above a restless, seething crowd. Ceausescu raises a hand to speak, his voice attempting to command the vast, agitated square below. His words are quickly drowned by a rising tide of furious jeers and thunderous boos from the defiant crowd. The palpable discontent in the crowd swells, transforming from mere dissatisfaction to open, roaring rebellion. Bucharest streets seethe with the electric energy of widespread protests, a storm of defiance brewing. Massive tanks rumble through the streets, their treads grinding against the pavement, a chilling declaration of power. Yet, the faces of the people, etched with unwavering resolve, defy the metallic might, their spirit unbroken. The revolution has begun, swift and brutal, a torrent of change sweeping through the city. Ceausescu's regime crumbles, its foundations shaking under the weight of the people's fury. The helicopter blades whir deafeningly as it ascends, a desperate escape from a city in turmoil. Below, Bucharest unfolds as a chaotic tapestry of smoke and distant, wailing sirens. Nicolae Ceausescu's face is a mask of grim fear and disbelief, his gaze fixed on the city below. Elena Ceausescu mirrors his terror, her eyes wide with a desperate, fading hope. The helicopter is their final, precarious gamble, carrying them away from the inferno of their reign. Their faces, etched with the weight of a nation's fury, reflect the grim reality of their fall. A grounded helicopter is enveloped in a swirling vortex of dust and debris, its rotors stilled in defeat. A formidable cordon of armed soldiers, their faces grim, swarms around the fallen aircraft, their presence a stark warning. The Ceausescus, their faces pale with shock, are swiftly apprehended, their reign ending in a moment of utter disbelief. The soldiers' expressions remain stern and unreadable, devoid of emotion, as they secure their captives. In a makeshift courtroom on Christmas Day, 1989, a rapid televised trial unfolds. Nicolae and Elena Ceausescu stand before a military tribunal, their faces etched with disbelief and defiance. The air crackles with palpable anger, a furious energy thrumming through the tense space. The urgency of the moment is undeniable, every glance and gesture charged with high stakes. Their desperate pleas echo unheard, summarily dismissed by the unyielding court. A verdict is delivered, swift and final, sealing their fate under the harsh glare of the television lights. Nicolae and Elena Ceausescu are led to a stark, weathered wall, their faces etched with the weight of a dying era. The firing squad stands in a rigid, unforgiving line, weapons poised, their presence a chilling harbinger of fate. The air crackles with unbearable tension, the silence punctuated only by the ominous shuffle of their final steps. A distant, muted symphony of a world forever changed underscores the gravity of their imminent demise. Their last moments, brutal and public, serve as a definitive, irreversible punctuation mark on history. This execution is a stark, brutal statement, marking the end of communist rule in Romania. Pol Pot, a frail and isolated figure, shuffles through the dense jungle under the harsh Thai sun. The oppressive sounds of the jungle, a symphony of chirps and rustles, amplify the silence of his diminished power. He is a prisoner in this green labyrinth, each step a testament to his fallen empire. His eyes, once filled with fierce resolve, now reflect the hollow gaze of a man under house arrest. The jungle canopy presses down, a living cage for the former dictator, now stripped of all authority. He walks among the shadows of his former movement, a ghost of power in a forgotten land. The air in the rudimentary jungle hut hangs thick and humid, a palpable weight pressing down. Pol Pot sits, his face gaunt, etched with the weariness of a fading life. His eyes, distant and unfocused, betray a mind lost in the labyrinth of its own past. Each labored breath is a struggle, a testament to his failing health, a whisper of mortality. Two impassive guards stand nearby, their gazes fixed on nothing, silent sentinels to a dying era. The oppressive jungle air seems to press down, heavy with the unspoken weight of his dark past. The grand halls of the Chilean presidential palace buzz with a frantic, tense energy, a palpable sense of impending doom. Grim-faced soldiers move with purpose, their hurried steps and hushed commands echoing the nation's destiny. Augusto Pinochet, his uniform immaculate, stands at the center of the chaos, a chilling calm in his stern gaze. His unwavering eyes direct the unfolding military coup, the weight of a nation hanging heavy in the air. In a plush armchair, Pinochet, an elderly man, sits amidst stacks of legal documents, his face etched with age and turmoil. The quiet luxury of his retirement home, with its polished wood, gleams under the soft light. Expensive furnishings fill the room, a stark contrast to the shadows that haunt his past. His past, a relentless pursuer, catches up to him through ongoing human rights investigations. His face, a canvas of deep lines, reflects the weight of his actions and the suffering they caused. The opulence of his surroundings cannot conceal the burden of his conscience, a silent torment. In a sterile hospital room, the frail figure of Pinochet lies still, a silent testament to time's relentless march. A maze of medical equipment surrounds him, its wires and tubes a stark contrast to his inert form. The rhythmic beeps and soft whirs of machines fill the quiet air, a constant reminder of the fragile balance of life. Doctors and nurses move with hushed efficiency, their faces etched with professional concern, their movements precise. Family members stand in solemn vigil, their expressions a testament to the heavy weight of the moment. A silent watch unfolds, each breath a profound echo in the hushed, expectant room. In a sterile hospital room, the rhythmic beeping of monitors falters, then falls silent, signaling a profound shift. A somber-faced doctor checks Pinochet's pulse and eyes, his grave expression confirming the inevitable. He's gone. News of Pinochet's death ignites a firestorm, sending shockwaves through a nation still grappling with his divisive legacy. Across Chile, a complex tapestry of emotions unfolds, mirroring the profound and conflicting reactions to his passing. The vast, snow-dusted North Korean countryside blurs past the window of a private train car. Inside, Kim Jong-il, his face etched with fatigue and stress, sits hunched over a stack of documents. He works with an intense focus, a picture of unwavering dedication to his nation. Yet, his movements are slow, his breathing shallow, betraying a body clearly succumbing to illness. The train car is quiet, save for the rustle of papers and the faint rumble of the tracks. The weight of his nation rests heavily on Kim Jong-il's shoulders, even as his strength wanes. Inside the train, Kim Jong-il, a man of formidable power, suddenly clutches his chest, his face contorting in searing pain. His body goes limp, collapsing to the floor as his startled aides rush to his side, their faces etched with raw panic. They desperately try to assist him, but a terrifying helplessness washes over them, the situation dire. Outside the window, the landscape blurs into an indifferent streak, the train hurtling onward, oblivious to the tragedy within. The steel confines of the train car now hold a chilling secret. Its relentless journey, a stark contrast to the unfolding crisis. In the Pyongyang State Media Broadcast Room, Angkor Ri Chun-hye, a woman of powerful presence, sits ramrod straight. She is dressed in a somber black suit, her hair perfectly coiffed, a picture of solemn authority. Her voice, usually booming, now trembles with a manufactured grief, a palpable sorrow for the cameras. Tears well in her eyes, a performance for the lenses that capture her every carefully crafted emotion. She delivers the momentous news, her voice heavy with the weight of her words. It is with the deepest sorrow and profound regret that I announce the passing of our beloved leader, Kim Jong-il.